The first warning came as a whisper through subspace, too faint for most listening arrays to catch, too distorted to translate cleanly. But the royal chorus of Zalera felt it instantly. Queen Thalkesh rose from her throne of living crystal, her 4 eyes narrowing as the psychic echo rippled across the hive mind of her people.
Panic. Pain.
And beneath it all, a single, terrifying truth. My daughter, Princess Illyrian, heir to the Zalari star hives, was in danger. She had been traveling beyond royal space, escorted by a diplomatic cruiser and a handful of guards, hoping to prove herself worthy of the crown. Thalkesh had allowed it reluctantly. The galaxy was vast, hostile, and still uncertain of the Zalari, towering insectoid beings whose strength, telepathy, and ancient empire made many nervous. But the message that reached the queen was unmistakable. The escort was destroyed. The cruiser crippled. Illyrian was alive, but surrounded. Thalkesh's mandibles trembled. For all her power, there were limits. The Zalari fleets were days away, locked behind political borders and contested hyperspace lanes. Any direct mobilization would be seen as an act of war. And the enemies who had sprung the trap knew it. Summon the off-world liaison, Thalkesh commanded. The human. Staff Sergeant Daniel Reyes was cleaning carbon scoring off his rifle when the call came. He didn't like royal summons, especially alien ones. Especially from queens who could snap a tank in half and read his surface thoughts if they felt like it. Still, he followed protocol. Moments later, the briefing chamber shimmered to life, revealing Queen Thalkesh in full regalia. Even after months stationed with the Zalari as part of a joint defense accord, Reyes felt the weight of her presence like gravity. "Human soldier," she said, her voice layered with harmonics that bypassed sound and resonated directly in his skull. "You are known among my people as one who does not retreat." Reyes swallowed. "Ma'am, I prefer adaptive relocation, but yeah, I don't quit." "My daughter has been taken," the queen continued. "A coalition of slavers and separatists ambushed her vessel in neutral space. They believe we will not act." Reyes frowned. "They're wrong." "They are correct," Thalkesh said calmly. "We cannot move openly, but you can." The hologram shifted, revealing a star map. A remote asteroid belt near the fringe of civilized space. Sensor blind spots. Hidden docks. A human response would not violate treaties, the queen said. A single soldier. A deniable asset. Reyes stared at the map. "You want me to go in alone?" "Yes." "Against a pirate slaver stronghold?" "Yes." He sighed, then smiled faintly. "Do I get backup?" The queen's eyes softened, just slightly. "You will have my gratitude. And whatever aid I can offer without exposing my hand." Reyes stood straighter. "That'll do." The Iron Sparrow was barely more than a stealth-modified dropship, its hull layered with heat-absorbent plating and outdated transponder codes that screamed junk trader to casual scans. Reyes piloted it himself, slipping through the asteroid belt with practiced ease. His HUD flickered with passive sensor data, mapping enemy patrols, heat signatures, and electromagnetic chatter. The pirate base was carved into a hollowed rock, its exterior disguised as natural debris. Inside, however, Reyes detected power surges, weapon emplacements, and life signs. One of them stood out. Massive. Non-human.
Confined.
"That's her," Reyes muttered. He docked silently on the dark side of the asteroid, sealed his armor, and cycled the airlock. The corridor beyond was dim, buzzing with low-grade power and the stench of ozone and oil. Reyes moved like a ghost. 2 guards fell before they knew he was there, stun round for the first, neck strike for the second. He dragged them into the shadows and pressed deeper into the station. The pirates were confident, lazy. They thought themselves untouchable. That was their mistake. Princess Illyrian was not afraid. She was injured, one limb restrained, her carapace cracked from plasma fire, but her mind burned with controlled fury. The pirates had tried to intimidate her, threaten ransom, leverage her royal blood. They had failed. Still, time was running out. She could feel her mother's distant presence, strained and fading, blocked by interference fields. Her guards were dead. Escape seemed impossible. Then the lights flickered. Gunfire echoed, sharp, precise, human. Illyrian's eyes widened. Impossible, she thought. The door to her containment chamber exploded inward, metal folding like paper as a flashbang detonated. Pirates shouted, screamed, then fell silent. Through the smoke stepped a figure in matte black armor, rifle raised, visor glowing blue. Princess Illyrian, a voice crackled through external speakers. I'm Sergeant Reyes. Your mom sent me. For a heartbeat, she simply stared. Then she clicked her mandibles in the Zalari equivalent of laughter. You are very small, she said. Reyes shrugged.
Yeah.
We compensate. He crossed the room, cutting her restraints with a plasma blade. Can you walk? I can fight, she replied. Even better. The alarm finally sounded, too late. Pirates flooded the corridors as Reyes and Illyrian moved together, an unlikely pair. Reyes laid down suppressive fire, while the princess tore through enemies with razor-edged limbs and raw telekinetic force. They reached the hangar just as heavy weapons came online. A war mech, black market, oversized, bristling with cannons, stomped into view. Reyes cursed. That's new. The mech fired. Reyes dove, shielding Illyrian as the blast vaporized part of the deck. I can distract it, she said. You must escape. Reyes shook his head. Not how this works. He glanced at his wrist display, then keyed his comm. Iron Sparrow. Initiate override. The ship's engines roared to life outside, its AI calculating an insane trajectory. Reyes sprinted forward, firing rockets at the mech sensors. It reeled, blind for a moment. Now, he shouted. Illyrian surged, slamming her full psychic weight into the machine's pilot. The mech froze, then collapsed, lifeless. Before the pirates could recover, the hangar wall exploded inward as the Iron Sparrow crashed through, magnetic clamps deploying. Reyes grabbed Illyrian. Trust me. I do, she said, surprising them both. They leapt. Space swallowed the hangar in fire and debris as the Iron Sparrow burned hard for open hyperspace. Enemy fighters gave chase, weapons flashing. Reyes manned the rear gun, firing controlled bursts while the ship weaved between asteroids. A missile locked on.
Hold on, Reyes said.
The ship lurched as hyperspace engaged at the last possible second. Reality stretched, snapped, and silence followed. They were gone. Back in Zalari royal space, Queen Thalkesh waited. When the Iron Sparrow emerged from hyperspace and docked, the Queen herself descended to the landing platform. Illyrian disembarked first, bowing deeply. My mother, she said. I live. Thalkesh embraced her daughter, a rare and intimate gesture among their kind. Then she turned to Reyes. The human stood awkwardly, helmet under his arm, bruised and exhausted. You risked everything, the Queen said. For a people not your own. Reyes shrugged. She needed help. Thalkesh lowered her head, a gesture of profound respect. From this day forward, Human Daniel Reyes, you are a shield friend of the Zalari. Our debt to you will not be forgotten. Illyrian stepped closer, her eyes bright. Nor will I forget. Reyes smiled, a little embarrassed. Just doing my job, Your Highness. But as he walked away, he felt something shift in the galaxy. The pirates had learned a lesson. The slavers would think twice. And somewhere beyond the stars, stories would spread. Stories of the day the alien queen's daughter was in danger. And a single human soldier answered the call.